I'm hands-free cutting wheat at like 3 or 4 miles an hour. Here we can bump up to a little bit more. But, you know, try cutting hay with a 40-foot header hands-free. What's up, guys? Welcome out to another beautiful day. Well, as you can see, we're in a wheat field. It's been harvested and baled, and we're now stacking the bales. So I'm out here in the semi. Josh is here loading me up. We're hauling it. We're just helping the dairy haul the bales in. They normally come out and get all the bales and haul them in, but we're helping them haul them in right now. But yeah, we've been harvesting wheat a little bit. So I'm gonna let you go over and see what Christopher's been doing in the combine. He's been cutting a little bit. He's done quite a few acres already. So I'll send you guys over to there. All right, what up, guys? So it has finally happened. It's finally started. Wheat harvest 2025. And we are out here driving the Fendt Ideal 9. And it's going pretty good. There's a lot of things to remember. You know, how to calibrate everything, how to set everything up, how to synchronize your header knives. You know, what buttons to push to make do what, from the automatic header height to, you know, just putting the auger out, which I will do right now because I think my grain cart is coming up. We are spread a little thin today. I know Taryn and Josh are cutting hay. We got a demo hay machine, and so I have my wife Brandy is driving the grain cart today. So there she is. We'll wait till she gets in position. Go ahead and start unloading. These aren't very long rows we're doing right now, but I don't know if I can do 2 rounds. I probably could, but I just better play it safe than sorry. Anyway, so yeah, here we are. We're cutting some hard red spring wheat and making good progress. If you look over, there's Trevor. He's trying to get some bales out of the way for us, and yeah, we're just cutting away. All right, so here we are, day 2, cutting some grain. I know Taryn just posted a short saying hands-free, cutting hay at 17 miles an hour. Well, you know, I'm hands-free cutting wheat at like 3 or 4 miles an hour. Here we can bump up to a little bit more. But, you know, try cutting hay with a 40-foot header hands-free going 17 miles an hour, and that you can't even see the edge of your header. It's been a little bit dirty. It's been a nice day today. You know, it's the lower 80s for temperature. We got a lot done. Yesterday we did about 140 acres in 8 hours. Today we're I don't know, the mill closes early because it's Saturday. I could maybe show you, let's see how much it'll say right here. Here's my yield monitor thing. Bottom corner shows I'm doing 19-ish acres per hour right now, going about 4 miles an hour. So not doing too bad today. We've sent a lot of loads into the mill. The yield isn't the greatest, but it's good quality hard red spring wheat. So yeah, that's another little bit of a combine update today. Yeah, I need to clean off that mirror. I can't see a single thing out of, and that I almost can't see my mirror, let alone see out of it. But anyway, so hey, we'll keep trucking away. Look for some nice Fendt combine videos here coming up soon. Just to give you a daily update, I am back again, or I guess all day long, every day for the next few weeks. I'll be doing kind of the same thing. Running the Fendt Ideal combine, Ideal 9. I got a 40-foot header on, and we are cutting grain. Let's see if I can show you out the front window here. It's kind of mesmerizing. It's also, you can
put you to sleep. Especially if you didn't get quite a good night's rest, then you can get pretty tired. So usually if I'm not filming on the phone, or if I'm not on a phone call, I am eating some snacks. I have some trail mix, some jerky, some chips, you know, all the good stuff, right? But also got over here my phone holder, so I can watch movies or YouTube or whatever the heck I want. And there is the grain cart. Today was the first day my kids started school, so my wife and my youngest daughter, who doesn't start till Wednesday, is driving the grain cart today. They're sitting here waiting for me. You can see those nice windrows that is leaving. This field hasn't yielded as good as it should, I think. It's one of the fields that is back-to-back in wheat. Maybe a little bit low on nutrition. But we are, as soon as we get the wheat baled off of here, you see there's some bales over on the other side. Trevor has started to bale. He's pretty well right behind us. As soon as we get the straw off, we will haul manure. And when we haul manure on these fields, then we'll come in with the Lemkin. I'm pretty sure we're going to use the Reuben disc to work in what we haul, and then we'll get the water back on. We'll get a little bit of the regrowth of whatever grain is coming out the back, which hopefully isn't much. I was out here with the Fendt combine guy. His name is Ricky Dugan, and I know some of you watching this, I'm sure, know him. He is from Oklahoma, but he is over the Pacific Northwest states on setting up gleaners and Fendts. But anyway, we kind of calculated out to about 1/4 to 0.4 bushel loss, and that's when I'm going about 4 miles an hour. I've been playing a little bit with the fan speed, so I don't blow grain out the side. Obviously the sieves, we want to get a good clean grain sample, but the concaves as well, so we don't want to leave a lot of any kernels in the heads of the wheat. So we tighten the concaves down, and then I can also speed them up faster, slower, to thresh them more. But I think we got it pretty well fine-tuned. One thing that I use, you know, to check find the kernels in the chaff next to the windrow. I know Ricky as well, and me up until now. You get down, you kind of scrape with your finger a little bit, you blow on the ground a little bit. But also what I found works really well is this little blower. It's not a huge leaf blower, it's called a compact Milwaukee blower. And battery powered. Not only good for blowing out the cab, or blowing out a filter, or blowing the dust off of the mirrors or windows, but also if you just kind of hold it up higher, blow it on the ground, it moves the chaff away. Really easy to see the dirt and or any kernels that might have fallen out of the back of the machine. And so right now, like I said, this field isn't doing super great. You know, we're between 100 and 130 bushel per acre. The straw is tall, it's all standing up, so we're getting some good straw, which kind of will help offset the cost a little bit, bailing the straw off. Some of the fields maybe should be chopped, put all that residue back into the soil. However, we do haul manure. Maybe on some of the fields we're not going to haul manure, we can chop some of that straw. But anyway, so that is kind of an update for today. And again, here we are, just hard at it, cutting grain. You can see it kind of funneling into the front there a little bit. And I'm sure we'll get some good drone footage and keep you posted on 2025 grain harvest. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'm sure I'll talk to you again soon.
Alright guys, well, hope you enjoyed that little update from Christopher. Things have changed just a little bit just today, but I am actually not in the semi anymore. I'll be jumping back and forth. So right now I'm in the loader. I just loaded two semis and a little fifth wheel trailer. But as we are hauling this out, one of our manure trucks is actually sitting right over here. They're already starting to haul manure on this field, and one of them is down there. He just got done. He's just about done unloading his manure truck. So that is why we're trying to get these bales off as quick as we can, because we have a whole bunch of Mexican pipe movers up here from Mexico, and they're awesome. But right now, all the wheat fields are not being watered, so we have them in manure trucks, since they're not having to move pipe right now, and they're gonna haul manure while we harvest off all the wheat. That's what we've done the last couple of years, and it worked pretty good, because by the time we were done with wheat harvest, we were almost done with hauling manure. In the past, we'd haul all the wheat in, and then we would haul manure for about 2 weeks, and then we'd go into potatoes. But having them be able to haul manure while we're doing wheat makes it just a lot faster, because once wheat's done, then we have to kill the potatoes. So somebody's gonna be rolling the vines and killing potatoes, and then we have to get all of the potato equipment ready for harvest, and that takes a while. So here's the truck he's going by now, just spreading that good old sunshine. Manure is probably the best fertilizer out there, so we like to use a lot of it. But just today, they had a few mishaps with the combine, the wheat combine, the Fendt. They found a bolt in the auger, so I'll show you some video that Trevor took of that.
Well, we got a problem with our combine. We cut a little, and we opened up this tray right here, and that was sitting in that auger tray, which isn't good, because the auger that is down there underneath the machine is not turning. Well, it was that bolt that's jammed it up. We got it going now. We're gonna check and make sure that bolt didn't come from something that we need, and hopefully it was just a bolt that the mechanics lost this winter when they were working on it.
So now that bolt that they found, they figured out where it was. It hooks the sieves together on the lower sieve inside the combine. Well, when they did the service on it this fall, they forgot to tighten up all those bolts. Sieves came loose, and it broke a bunch of things. So our combine is currently down right now because some stuff didn't get tightened up and it broke. Now, they have to order some parts and stuff, but with the Fendt, you get a really, really, really good warranty. So they are actually already on their way out with a brand new Fendt Ideal 9, just like ours, that we can use while they're fixing ours. So they're gonna haul ours in, get it all fixed. They said it'd take a couple days to get the parts, and it's gonna take at least 3 or 4 days just to fix it. So it's gonna be down for a week. We could possibly cut all the rest of our wheat with this other Ideal 9. It's exactly like ours, but there's a chance that we cut all of our wheat with this other one while they're fixing ours. So we'll see how fast they can get it done. But that is part of the warranty with Fendt, is if you're gonna be down for more than a day, they have to bring you a exact machine that you have. So that's kind of nice. But they just got that. They're just bringing that out today. So they should be going again here cutting wheat. They haven't cut wheat all morning, but they should be going here pretty soon cutting wheat. But I am gonna finish loading. There's just a few bales. There's this stack, there's that stack, and there's another little stack. And then I'll be back in the semi, and we're gonna have somebody else out here loading, and I'm gonna run the semi because, well, it's our semi and not the dairy semi, so we're gonna put me in it. And we should have a pretty good little train going, hauling some bales in. It should get a lot of bales hauled in today.
Hey, what's up, guys? So I thought I would do an update this morning and kind of tell you what's going on. It's almost noon, and today I have not cut any wheat yet. We did a whole bunch yesterday. You can see this field right here. Nice big windrows. Trevor even baled some bales. They look good. Anyway, what happened when we were servicing everything for this morning, actually Trevor found a little piece of the combine when he was baling, and so we got looking, and in the back behind all the sieves there's some plates, cover plates and stuff. Well, what happened was a bolt had come loose and kind of shaking things funny to where the frame, a piece, they call it the shoe, that holds the lower sieves in, cracked, so the door that goes behind it, that's what Trevor found on the field. It opened up enough to let that just fall out. I got a hold of the agri-service mechanic, Anthony, who is a great tech, and he came out and looked at everything, and he said, you know, in order to make it right, which I was hoping we could just put some bolts in a few things and, you know, keep going, as long as we didn't lose any grain. Well, there were some rivets that kind of were pulled out from it, shaking a little bit. And anyway, so the warranty that we have through agri-service is a 5-year warranty, and then part of that warranty, if our machine is going to be down for 24 hours or more, then they have to provide an identical machine. And so Anthony, the tech, made some calls, and he said, hey, you know, just to get some of these parts in, they got to come on truck. So it could be wherever they're at, could be a few days up to a week or so to get some of these parts. And then he replaced that shoe before because it was a service update they did to it in the winter. And he says it could be a 2 to 3 day job for him in his shop under good working conditions. So anyway, he got them to approve, and the tech actually drove back to Blackfoot, and he jumped in the combine and on his way out now. So I just got to get our header unhooked. That's where I'm going right now. Just going to walk across the road where we got the header trailer hooked to a pickup, and we'll still use our header. It's the exact machine. He'll help us get it set up, but I'll just take all of the settings that I have. It's got the small grains kit in it, so we'll try to set the concaves, the blower, the sieves, everything up how we had it, and kind of get it all calibrated again for you losing minimal grain. And we know the machine does a good job. Just so happens that one bolt came loose, and it kind of made everything shake and rattle and break a few parts and pieces here or there. It's nothing major, you know. The engine, transmission, like the machine itself is still good. It just if we bolted together what we needed to cut right now, we could be losing a little bit of grain out of the sides, and in order to rivet those back together, it would entail taking enough parts and pieces off that might not make sense for us to, you know, it'd be down long enough that warranty, 24-hour warranty thing would take effect. So that's where we're at today. We will get it out here and set up here pretty soon once we get that machine, our machine, swapped out. And later in the week, I've heard John Deere is also bringing out an X9 to try out. Obviously, with grain prices and everything right now, there's no way I could afford a new combine at the moment, nor do I want one. The Fendt, it does an awesome job, does a fast job. I've been doing anywhere between, with a 40-foot header, you know, 130, 140 bushel per acre yield. Been doing anywhere from 15 to, it was like 22 acres per hour. So, which I think it came up to about, I think the machine said it was doing about 1700 bushels per hour. So we're definitely getting a lot done. Yesterday I did 220 acres, and we were able to do it pretty quick. So anyway, this will just be in part of one of the combine videos. We try to keep you updated on what we do day to day. As always, new, old, good, bad, or the ugly, everything is going to have some problems. So like we told some guys at Lemkin once, that, you know, we don't have a Kloss because there's no Kloss dealers close. Well, you're buying service, and the agri-service has been great to us, as well as other companies' service has been good. You know, John Deere's, if we have one of these tractors have an issue, here's our grain cart right here with our 8370. Well, it had, you know, it had a def issue. Everything has issues. Everything's going to break. They just don't build things like they used to. And so anymore, any color piece of equipment you buy, you're just buying service. So anyway, I'm going to walk over and get the grain trailer and get the header off, and yeah, wait for Anthony to get back out here with the new one.
All right, just finishing up the last little bit of this field. But so I have some unfortunate news. So last year I was able to do a full video every single day of wheat harvest, and it was great. Like, I think we got some great videos and you guys really enjoyed them. Unfortunately, I will not be able to do that this year. Well, for one, I was gone the first 3 days of wheat harvest, but also this year I'm not going to be in the grain cart. We have a lot of other stuff to do. So like I said, we're hauling manure and we're helping to get the bales off the fields, and we also have to disc up the manure. So all the manure has to be disced in. So we just have a whole bunch of other stuff that we need to do, and anybody can run the grain cart. It's not a very hard job to do. You just have to know how to keep pace with the combine and unload and fill the semis without overflowing them all over the ground. So the grain cart is not very hard, but there's a bunch of other jobs that take a little bit more skill. So we are putting me and Josh and Trevor in some positions that we need a little bit more skill on how to do, like this. It takes a little bit of skill to load and unload a semi without spilling the hay, or without spilling the straw all over the ground. And also, not everybody knows how to drive our semi. So, but then also our disc, we're going to be disking here pretty soon. The disc is a Lemken disc, which they are the best discs out there. But they also, you have to be really careful with them. You can't just put anybody in them and say, go disc. You have to know what you're doing. So we have the disc that also takes a little bit more skill. It's not just like a normal disc. It works great, but they're also a little fragile if you forget and leave it in the ground and turn, and yeah, you can break them pretty easy too. But then on top of that, with hauling manure, we have one extra guy this year who knows how to drive truck. So he's driving truck too, so we have 5 trucks. Well, with 5 trucks and 1 loader, it's a lot faster if we have somebody in the loader loading the trucks. Well, Josh and I have been loading trucks for a long time, and we're pretty fast at it. And so to keep up with 5 trucks, we're gonna put one of us in there. So we have some more skilled positions that we will be doing. I will try to bring you I will try to bring you wheat harvest updates. I told Christopher to film little updates here and there, and I am going to go out and film the combine. But for now, we're not going to be getting a wheat harvest video every single day. We'll probably do a couple of them, but yeah, I'm sorry about that, but that's just what we got. We are a farm. We have to run the farm the most efficient way possible, and that means I will not be in the grain cart all day long. So I still hope you enjoy these videos. If you do enjoy these videos, go down and hit subscribe, because it really helps us out, and that way you don't miss any updates, any new videos that we put out. So we will be bringing you more and more updates on different things that we're doing, and we'll go from there. But I'm going to finish loading the semi, and then I will be back in a semi in another field.
Well, here we are out in the field again, disking in the manure. There's a manure truck. Seems we just did this job. Got all the straw bales off. Back to disking. It's been about a month since the grain's been turned off. A little dusty, so a month without water, that'll do that. That's how you dry up the grain, so you can harvest it. Don't use any chemicals or anything to dry up the grain, and just turn the water off. And like your lawn, if you don't water your lawn, it will turn brown. Going about 8.5,
9 miles an hour. Only a month of this, and then we'll start potato harvest.
Okay, I'm back in the semi. So that's the dairy semi. So the dairy has a semi, and then they have this, I'm not sure if it's a F450 or 550 or whatever, but this guy's a gooseneck trailer on it. And so they're gonna load that up and finish loading him up. That's what I just loaded in that other field, was that little bit. And then mine's empty, so then they'll load me up. So with having 2 semis and that little truck with the trailer on it, we should be able to do quite a bit fairly quickly. We just have this field, which this field is really it's really 3 fields. So this is the next field. So we just finished that other one. This field is really 3 fields together. But with all these, we should be able to get it done pretty quick. Maybe another couple hours, so shouldn't be too bad. Okay, it is now my turn to get loaded. So he's just loading me up, and then I will haul this load in. Should be pretty quick. The pickup that got loaded is already back, so should be a pretty quick train. Here's all the stacks. You can kind of see all the little bundles across the whole field. My nephew's been out here bundling, and I'm pretty sure he's only 14. So, yeah, teaching him young. Granted, not as young as I was. I think I was driving tractor, disking when I was about 9 or 10. So, they're not quite as young as we were. All right, now I'm here at the dairy getting unloaded. Just unstacking the bales, and this is what I will be doing, well, the rest of the day. So hopefully we can get all those bales off that field. Their semi's got some bald tires and it keeps getting stuck. They keep having to push it out with the loader. Well, this is the last load I'm getting. We're not gonna get all of them. It's gonna be quite a few more loads out of here, but he's gonna finish probably on this stack, and then I'll load up one more time and that'll be it for today. Oh, he's stuck again. Give him a little pushy push. It's like every time he stops with a load, he has to be pushed back out to get going again. See, our semi, it has, I mean, they're road tires, but they got big meaty lugs on them, so we've never had a problem. Okay, I am done hauling straw bales for the day. But I have some hand lines that I turned on this morning that I'm still trying to decide if I want to turn the pivot back on or just shut the whole system off till tomorrow. But I'm going to think about that while I'm on my way out there. So come on, let's go at least shut these off. Well, I went to hop in that side-by-side, and there is a sign taped to the steering wheel that said belt broke. So looks like I'll be taking a 4-wheeler. Okay, I'm out here. And I don't know if you can see, but I do have solid set going in this corner right now, and those are hand lines. So a lot of people have asked what hand lines and solid set are. So I will show you some of those in a minute when I go back to the other end of the field. But for now, I have to walk out here, and I forgot a shovel. So it's a good thing God gave me giant hands that I can dig really good holes with. So I'm gonna come out here in the potatoes, and I'm gonna dig down and see what the moisture is to see if I just wanna shut the whole system off or if I wanna switch it back from hand lines to the pivot that's right here. So this time of year, you don't want the potatoes to get too wet, and it's easy to get them too wet because the potatoes aren't really using a whole lot of water right now like they are earlier in the year, so the dirt stays wetter longer. So, and if you can see, they're already starting to kind of wilt and die anyway. It's like they know that their time has come. So let's just pick a spot and just dig down here. See what we got. This is looking pretty dry. This is kind of sandy anyway. There's a potato that I scraped the skin off of. I mean, just digging down there, this dirt is, I mean, it's not bad. It's still got some moisture in it, but it's definitely, I think it could still be watered. Man, that must be a big potato because I can't get it to budge. Let's try and get it out here. Come here. Oh, yeah, that is a big potato. All right, so looking at this potato, there's these little dots called lenticels, and you probably can't see any because they're all shrunk and closed up. And because they're shrunk and closed up, that's how I know that it's ready for water. So, because we're going to be killing these potatoes in a few weeks anyway, if I just put this potato back, because that's a good number one baked potato right there. If I just put it back, cover it back up, it will still be good when we harvest it. If I can get it covered up without showing the skin of the potato, or else it'll turn green. There we go. I'll get that covered up good. All right, so that answers my question. I need to start the pivot back up and shut these off. So to answer the question of what is a hand line, this is a hand line. So these are 3-inch hand lines, which means this is a 3-inch pipe, okay? It's aluminum pipe, and every one of them has a sprinkler. This one is not working very well. It is just spraying. And these also don't have the best pressure of any hand lines we have. This, you can see there's dry spots and stuff because it just doesn't work super great in this field. This is a solid set of hand lines, so these don't actually move. So we set these out in the spring, and they stay here in this position all year long. We just turn them on and off. Now, we have entire fields, big old fields, that are all hand lines, and those, they have to move them. So there'll be between 10 and 12 moves, and they will move those hand lines from one spot. It'll water for anywhere from 6 hours to 18 hours, and then they'll shut off and they'll move it over, and then they'll water again and move it over and water again. And that's what the pipe movers do. They move a lot of pipe. We also have things called wheel lines, which are basically these, but they have wheels on them and a motor. So you just turn on the motor and it'll roll to the new spot, and you hook it back up, and then you're good to go. So that is what a hand line and a solid set and a wheel line is. So I've had a lot of people ask that question, so now you know. Let's see if we can get this one going. Nope. Nope. This one is worn out. So that one's not gonna work. It's just flooding that little area of the field over there. Here's some over along the edge that we didn't use. Typically, the sprinkler is right in the middle, and they're about 40 feet long. So, yeah, that one I just showed you was cut off, and the sprinkler was right on the end. So, normally, they're really long, and sprinkler right in the middle. That's what most of those are. All right, pivot on. Now the water will flow into that. And then I just have to shut this off and start the pivot. Okay, she's on, water's going, pivot's moving. All right guys, well hopefully you enjoy these types of videos that we're doing now, because we're not gonna be able to put out daily harvest videos. We're gonna try and put a few days worth of harvest updates into each video. That way you can at least see what's gone wrong, any repairs we've had to do, anything, what the bushels are. Just we'll try and keep you updated as harvest goes along. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Go down below, fill out the form if you want to join the RMF Club. We send out free stickers every Friday to random people on that list. I love you. I'll see you in the next one.